The funny thing about Bronny is everyone already knows he's Braun's son. He's not Braun. He's Braun's son. They're two different people, right? They're two completely different people. So to hold him to the standard of somebody that he is simply just not is completely goofy, which is why he's got a game like this and he was able to shut up a lot of people, right? From the first play of the game, right? Out the gate, from the second this ball gets thrown into the air, I want y'all to understand, Bronny already knows the play they're about to run. He knows the play is for him. But the most important thing when it comes to plays that you know you're already about to get is how you approach it mentally. Understanding that I'm supposed to get a look, I'm supposed to get a shot off, really. But am I going to think about what I want to do, or am I going to play at a pace so that I can be able just to see what's available? And that's what Bronny's going to do in this situation, right? Got this catch from here, throws it to 14, little chase action. He got a drop big as a screener. Gets to his left side. I got a little bit of room. Get to my pull up at the elbow. And that's just everything I've been doing in the offseason. That's the drills, the live drills, the visualization, right? It's having coaches, seeing two on me, seeing one person drop back, learning the type of space I need to get my shot off. That's where the offseason work comes in. And that's what you're going to see Bronny just doing a lot of on the side when he's not playing. So as he continues to get these reps in and continues to put the work in, he's going to see more games, not just like this in the summer league, because they only got one, but in the actual league in itself. But let's talk about the other side of the ball when this game started too, right? It's nice to start a game with a bucket and to see it go through the rim. But it's also tough as well, but it's going to help you in the long run. Defensively, when you start with a play like this, Bronny's on his weak side, guarding 31, up the line. He can't see who he's guarding right now, right? He can't see who he's guarding. He's really ball watching. And so he gets caught lacking, caught slipping on this elevator, going to this side. And so when you mix in him already getting that bucket to start and him saying, all right, I seen the ball go through the rim. Then defensively, he makes a slip up and then he allows his man to score because he was ball watching. This does go a long way because on one side of the ball, he says, all right, I'm here. But defensively, he's like, all right, I got to tighten up. And so that's just that balance that you just see within the game, right? You can't get too high off something, nor can you get too low on something. You're going to have to remain neutral so you can be able to play at your best level. There's a positive and a negative to this play right here from Bronny, right? Let's start with the positive. Understand, this is really the first time all summer league we've seen Bronny decide to go on attack, get to the rim, and he hits you with a lay like that. Those lays right there require a high level of touch. And for Bronny to go here, get around and around the body and touch and finish that at the rim, that shows he's got a good touch around the rim, right? So if he gets there, like you're going to see right here on this replay, these extremely tough angles. These angles are extremely tough to get to. And to be able to just finish that, for him to finish that in itself, if he gets there, he's got the touch to finish. But the issue is him getting there. Understand Bronny's driving angles, right? And so when he has 18 on him, you see the size discrepancy, 1 and 2. You also understand Bronny's genetics. Not just his vertical jump, not just who his pops is, but he also has that as well, but the speed that he could tap into. But he's not using the speed in the way he should use the speed, because when he attacks, he decides to go out and around his defender instead of trying to actually go and attack and maintain contact with his defender, which is going to lead him in a spot like this, which is a very difficult angle around the rim. And like I said before, the fact he was even able to finish it is tough in itself, right? But you're going to see even better on the replay, his driving angles. He's going to go and make this attack. He forces him to open up. He swipes with the off arm, and he just leaves this entire area right here between him and his defender. Instead of keeping himself going attacking 18, maintaining contact there, so you don't have to go so close to this help defender, right? And if he does that, he won't have to pick the ball up so early into the paint and get to such a tough angle around the rim for him to get his leg. If he sharpens up that angle, they're going to see it once again in another possession later on in this game, where Bronny's going to end up getting here on this attack. And I want you to pay attention to where he's going to pick the ball up and the angle he's going to go and drive. So he's got another big on him. He goes from this wing towards his middle, and by going out so wide, you get yourself into a help defender that digs. Now you pick the ball up, and the angle that you have on the rim is tough. Could be makeable, but it's a tough angle, and it could have been a lot easier of an angle if you did sharpen up the angle when you first began that attack. So he's got to sharpen up his driving angle so that he could be able to get into the rim. But that also starts with him improving his ability to drive through contact and seeking the contact and embracing it fully. But let's go back to that positive, right? Not only did he have that little lay with that right, next game they played, he comes down and now he don't got to worry really so much about the angles because they're getting to a handoff, drop coverage. So this is not a one-on-one attack. And he's able to get here, use that left, touch off that glass. If you hoop, you know that's not no easy finish. You know it ain't no easy finish. And so for him to be able to have the right, have the left, just these little glimpses shows that he could finish at the rim. But the real problem is, can he get there? Bronny was more aggressive this game, but his aggression needs to be consistent throughout all plays. And even the defense understands when Bronny's not aggressive. Because by him attacking right here in transition, you got 8 who's in help. Bronny hasn't even got to the rim. He's still on his way to the rim. And what 8 decides to do is leave. Because he already knows, all right, by anticipation, Bronny is going to get here, kick the ball out. He ain't going to try to finish, right? But if Bronny understood the fact that 31, I'm going to get past you day and night, don't matter what time of day it is, right? I'm going to get past you, and if I maintain this contact, he could be able to have an angle on his left side to be able to get a lay. But the angles, like I said before, are lacking and aren't there. He's not seeking that contact to hold his angles, and so he could get angled to the rim. So he just ends up getting here and kicking this out to the wing. When you decide to drive with the intention of passing, this is what happens. This is what happens. No intention to do anything but pass. And you got to understand, the passing lanes open up and plays, the lanes to make plays open up when you are a threat to score. You can't be someone who's like, oh, I'm going to be like Rondo. I'm just getting here and I'm going to pass every single time. Rondo will still hit you with a lay. I don't think you understand that. Rondo will still come through a lane, hit you with a lay, hit you with a float. But he would also make sure that if he is going to pass, he would sell the lay and then drop it off. Every time, right? And that's what allowed him to be a playmaker and not score so much, is that he's still able to score on you. When you get these pick and rolls where you got the roller rolling to the side where there's one man, it's important that this player lifts up, Bronny right here, so that this lob pass could be able to get thrown and this player cannot actually go and tag, right? And so if you just understand that, and by seeing Bronny actually lift up from that corner, even though he didn't get to that deep corner like he should, right? If you understand just the fact of that lift has to happen, take away the help, and now that lob is going to be there, this is where Bronny could become an elite defender, not just a good defender, right? You take that concept and you flip it. Bronny's on defense, he's guarding this corner, and now this roll occurs, and the roll is going to his side as a defender. Now, what happens on the play is that Bronny doesn't make this tag 14 steps over and they get the lob. But this is where you play chess and not checkers, right? Understand. Because by knowing that this corner man is going to lift when this roll happens, if Bronny decides to tag on this roll early, right here, right now, towards his elbow, he'll not only be able to slow down this roll so he could buy 14 more time to be able to get back in front of here and 21 to get back in front of where he needs to, but he'll also be able to play both this shakeup because he's already in the line of pass when the ball goes down to get the ball to the wing. So you could take away the roll and the person lifting up from the corner to the wing by Bronny just simply tagging towards this elbow. You'll take away 2 and 1, right? And so now you'll be able to prevent these little easy twos, and that's the little things that make elite defenders elite defenders. Those little things, they're able to play chess and not checkers. The one thing that Bronny has, that Bron has, is defensive awareness. Watch Bronny on that left block, right? As he's off the ball, he's recognizing the action, and by seeing 16 drop to the baseline, he knows, oh shoot, he's going to be running the baseline. I could blow up the play simply by switching this out to the corner and telling 21 to take my man who's going to go out the opposite direction. And so 21 was not hit to it, but despite the fact they took away the first look, left 31 on that side up for 21, and Bronny was able to essentially be the source of that stop. He was the source of it. And so as an off-ball defender, it's important, it is vital that you read the action that's going on, and that's how you're able to play defense a step ahead of the offense. You see Bron do this literally every time down the floor. Braun actually does it every time down the floor. And this is where he doesn't have that level of efficiency because Bronny doesn't do it every single time down the floor. And so just like offense, right? Just like offense, it's important as a defender, you know spacing not just of your team, but also of the opponent. So you know so you know how to guard and what you need to prepare for. And so Bronny, when he decides to just ball watch, just be lackadaisical, he's late to realize, oh, there's a man right here. I could get screened. I may need to stay up a little tighter on Monty Bates. So he ends up getting himself stuck underneath, having to go high. Hand gets there, and then boom, he gets burned. So regardless of the situation, half court set, fresh out, ATO, whatever it might be, transition, you always need to know that spacing. And as he gets more consistent with this concept, he's also going to become an even better defender and could be on the verge of being an elite defender.